Hello everyone, Rachel with Micdropminiatures, and today I would like to show you how to make these adorable little presents, perfect for underneath your miniature Christmas tree. This you would have received printouts in the 12 Days of Minnie's Advent box, and I just thought I'd come on and show you how easy it is to make your own printable presents out of paper. So the first thing you want to do is cut out the designs. You can either do this with an X-Acto knife and a ruler, or if you have a thin tipped scissors, you can easily just cut it out. Okay, now that your piece is cut out, we're gonna go ahead and score it. Just grabbing my little cutting mat here, I'm gonna flip it over. And this is where I use a back of a ruler that's really handy to score. And you can either, if your blade is really sharp on your X-Acto knife, you can use the back to score, or my blade is pretty dull, so I'm gonna score it the right way, like the blade the right way, but very little pressure. And you'll learn with practice how much pressure to use. So I know I want to line up the very end, so right here, and we are going to run a line all the way through because that's where we're going to want to fold it. So with little pressure, just going to run it through. I'm going to do the same for the other side. Another way you could do it if you don't have an X-Acto knife is hold down with your ruler, and then you're just going to, with your finger, press it up. And that will also give you a really nice fold. So we're gonna go ahead and do that for the sides now. All right, so I'm done scoring, and here you can see my lines that I have scored. Now we're going to fold all of our score lines. Next, we're going to start gluing. So I have, this is my favorite glue bottle. It's got a really fine tip. If you don't have anything like this, you can just use a toothpick to put like a dollop of glue on your work surface somewhere, maybe on wax paper. And you can dip the toothpick in and then put it on to your mini. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm gluing the end shut. This is gonna look like wrapping paper when we're done. So this isn't necessarily supposed to be a box, but yeah, wrapping paper. So if you're like me, you're not very perfect at your wrap jobs. I know I'm not. I try. I'm always envious of those people who have perfect wrapping paper. Wrapped presents, I should say. Okay, so I put some glue in here. I put some on the sides, here and here. I'm gonna go ahead and close this one. And then pinching it shut. I'm gonna hold that in place just for a second. And then I'm gonna put it onto a hard surface. Open this end up. And I'm gonna push it down. And it's gonna make it hold really, really well. Okay, and then do the same on the other side. Put glue here. And then on the sides. And just like when you're wrapping a real gift, sides go together. And then I actually want to make sure that the folds go the same. So I did this and then this one. Okay, hold that in place. And then we can leave that to the side to dry. So the next thing we're going to work on is the little bow. So this is all made out of paper, and that's where this comes in handy. So what you want to do is cut these out. You can either do it by scissors, or I like X-Acto knives just because I know it's going to be straight. Okay, so what I'm going to do, we're going to start, so this I want to be my back. I'm going to put a dollop of glue. And I'm going to take one of the longest strips. I can cut off all the white. And you could use real ribbon for this, but I think paper looks pretty realistic in this project also. And I'm going to wrap it. So I'm going to put glue on all this. Again, you just want the littlest amount of glue, so you don't want to get it all over your present. Wrap it to the front. Kind of holding it as you go. And then in the back, I'm going to trim it and put some glue right there on the end and hold it down. Okay, so now I'm going to do that same thing for the other side. Okay, there we go. We have our first ribbon on, and now we're going to go ahead with the bow. So we're going to take, there's 4 pieces. They look like this. First thing we're going to do is put a dollop of glue in the center with the ribbon facing down. We are just going to attach it right there in the middle. Okay, and you're going to do the same thing for all sides. Okay, so I'm going to leave mine this length, and I can show you what that will look like. If you want a smaller bow, all you'd have to do is just trim those pieces, but I think I'm going to leave it. With the glue, some glue in the center, I'm just going to go now. This is probably where like a tweezers would come in handy. We're just going to fold them up and then go around, adding just the littlest amount of glue each time. Okay, so there's our bow. And if yours are flat, all you have to do is just kind of pinch them, roll them up to make them look a little more round. And then I did include one more piece, and that is for the inside. So I'm just going to roll it around here to kind of make like a little loop. And again, I'm going to add some glue in the middle. And take that little loop, print side down. I'm going to just push it down. Okay, add a little more glue. Note here that you want probably the inside to go in between. You don't want to curve it the same as your loops. That might look a little funny. So get it to curl over. Come on, there we go. You need just a little patience. and then curl it over. Too cute. No one would even think that's made out of just paper. So if this was a fun project for you, please come check out the Mini Makers Club. It's a monthly subscription where we have printable downloads for you each month with video tutorials, and we make all sorts of amazing little miniatures with these printables. So make sure to check it out, stan.store /micdropminiatures. All right, thanks guys.